Joining us now, executive producer of videos and documentaries at the Free Press, Yana Kozlowski. I'm sorry that I messed up your name there in the beginning. Okay. It's such a personal story, and I think it's an important one to share because polio seems so distant to anybody living today, or anybody that wasn't alive in the 50s. But for your family, it was a very scary and real thing. Bring us back to what you've learned about that time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a story that I've been told my entire life. It was a family tragedy that affected my grandparents, my mother, the way that they saw the world. And writing this article, I was able to speak with my cousin, Marcia Rosenthal, who's 90 years old now. She was 11 when her cousins, my uncles, passed away. And speaking to her, you know, what I got was just the fear of this disease, the fear of it happening to children. I think what's different about polio than COVID-19, which we've all lived through, is it affects young children, especially very young children and babies. And so there was just this fear, especially in the summertime when epidemics would sort of rise, that they couldn't go to the movie theaters, they couldn't go to the swimming pools, they didn't want to leave the house. Just the fear was overwhelming that children would get polio. And for my family, this was like a nightmare come true.
And what was it like, according to the stories you were told, when the polio vaccine was finally rolled out?
Yeah, I think one of the most striking moments from my interview with my cousin was when she was 11 years old. She decided she didn't want to have children when my uncles died. She didn't want to live with the fear anymore. And the polio vaccine came out a year after she got married. She had 3 daughters. She now has grandchildren, great-grandchildren. And she just said this was a miracle. You know, it's amazing that we've been able to all live in a time where this doesn't have to be a fear anymore. And that's down to the vaccine.
Why do you think that people are so skeptical of it now? You heard RFK Jr. saying that it contributed to the rise in soft tissue cancers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a specific case that he was talking about, a contamination of the vaccine that happened 60 years ago and hasn't been proven to have affected cancer rates. But I think that people have a lot of distrust in the medical establishment. I think that RFK's message is a compelling one that, you know, everybody wants to protect their health. Our healthcare system is flawed. People aren't as healthy in this country as they should be, given that we're the richest country in the world. But unfortunately, the questions that he's asking sometimes are, you know, questions that have already been answered. We already know this is a safe and effective vaccine, and continuing to question it is just casting doubt, and it can cause problems when people are using that to make decisions about their health.
If you were talking to the senators who are going to be interviewing him for HHS secretary, what would you suggest they ask?
You know, I think he's come out and said that he supports the polio vaccine. I would ask them to question him about why he's made these statements in the past that cast doubt, and that cast doubt not only about the safety but about the efficacy, that this wasn't really the reason that that polio was eradicated, which I don't think there's much evidence for. So I would just say to definitely question him about his support and also who he's planning on putting into key positions in HHS, because I think that that'll be key for him having good counsel if he does get the role.
Do you have I'm sure you've thought about this. It's a really hard question, and if you don't have an answer, I mean, I don't have an answer. How do you rebuild trust in a system that's lost so much of it? How do you rebuild trust in a health system when so many Americans are doubting what they're putting in their body, and they're believing or worried that the companies that say they're there to protect them are actually there to keep them medicated?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the question that needs to be answered. It's a really, really difficult one. But I think just honesty and transparency, the information is out there about how the FDA does its testing for new vaccines. I think just trying to get the message out to a variety of people from different walks of life. It seems like we're all getting our news from different places these days, but really focusing on allowing questions when questions are worth asking, which I think it's important for us all to advocate for ourselves in the medical establishment. And then when the answer is out there, making sure that people hear it.
Yeah, allowing questions, that is key. Yana Kozlowski, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it, and telling this very personal story to your family, your mom's cousin, and the experiences that she went through. Thank you.